Ngahuka, who is a local Destiny Church leader, and he is also running for council as well, the by-election of the Hastings District Council. Kia ora, Michael, and thanks for joining me.
Good, Andrew. Thank you for having me.
Now, Michael, there has been an issue which you have been linked to recently, and Destiny Church as well, where there's a drag queen rainbow story time that has been proposed to be held at different libraries around the country, and through opposition from Destiny Church mainly. The one in Rotorua was cancelled, and there's one coming up for Hastings. Why are you opposing this?
Good question. Thank you, Andrew, for that. Yes, why am I opposing it? I'm a father. For me, it's quite simple. Drag queens and children don't go together. They don't go together from my view, because drag queens come from the adult entertainment industry. And so to see the news or see the postings or the advertisement of these drag queens coming to Hastings, actually quite a few towns, as you mentioned, Rotorua, that got shut down. I do believe this week also is Gisborne, and then us. Just the whole, again, for me, it's about the children. It's about a next generation, and I don't want to see them being exposed to this behavior or this lifestyle choice.
So if it was a show for adults, you wouldn't have a problem. You'd say it's fine for them to continue. The issue for you is that it's for children.
I suppose I should make myself clear. Yes, it's the children, and the second point of that is it's in the public library.
Yeah.
I'm all for people and their own choices, and I believe in your own freedom of expression. By all means, in the safety of your own home or in your own private life, do what you choose. But when it's a public forum, like example, a library, where many other people of the community are going to be exposed, then yes, that's also what I'm standing up for as well.
Now, Destiny Church and the political movements associated with it have all been about freedom of expression and the right to have your say. Is there an irony that you are shutting something down and not allowing people to have their say?
That's a good question. Again, I'm for freedom of expression and freedom of speech. But I do believe there is a line when it comes to the potential danger towards the public or children. And in this case, what I believe is a distortion, and I'm not trying to, what I believe is a distortion where a man is dressed as a woman and exempling that to children. I don't think that's safe. Right now, there's a whole lot of gender ideologies out there, currently even in our schools. And if no one at least challenges them or brings a different perspective, then these sort of beliefs, again, under free speech, just go through without any critical thinking or critical questioning. So coming back to your question, I think there comes a time when, yes, we're all free to express and free to speak, but again, it's really a question of values and how far do we take that line or that statement to justify other behaviors.
Now, obviously, your aim is to try and get this event cancelled and that. But what if it goes ahead? What are you going to do?
Well, I don't know if you've seen the post from Brian Tamaki, just like what happened in Rotorua. He put a call out that, and the media picked it up and took it and ran articles on it to shut down the libraries or shut down the shows, I should say. I can't really say what I would do at the moment because I'm still believing and hoping that our council will come to their senses and shut this show down.
Have you contacted the council?
Yes, I've contacted the councils by the mayor and the councillors. I've sent emails, texts, and phoned some of them. Some of them have no comment. We're actually just on another angle of this, and I made contact with them to get an understanding on where they stand in regards to this. Do they stand for it, against it, or neutral? Because we want to know how this show, one, got approval to go ahead, and also how did it get funded from rates and taxpayer money? I think up to $1,200 now. And so there's been no response at the moment, just one generic email from the mayor.
Okay. And what did that email say?
It talks about inclusive and diversity. It really was, it felt like I got just flobbed off.
Oh, yeah.
And we did have a few no comment conversations from some councillors. I was happy to and pleased that there were two councillors that said they actually said we didn't know about this.
Yeah.
This was not discussed with us, and we don't stand for this. That's what the two councillors
Because
out of our council mentioned.
because that is probably true, because these sort of things don't often go to council level, but are decided by the council officials. Do you think these sort of issues, where it is about sort of social issues like this, they should go before the council?
Yes, I think they should, especially on a controversial topic. We're talking about the rainbow community, and I'm not running anyone down, but we're talking about these things here, and we're talking about children and how that all mixes together.
Yeah. And now, do you have anything planned for the day if it does go ahead? Are you going to have any uh, protests or anything like that?
Well, we do have, again, the drag story time, rainbow story time. They've planned for 3 readings in the day, and so we've planned for protests at every single one of those.
Now, how can you ensure that this won't turn ugly and won't be confrontational? What are you going to do to make sure that doesn't happen?
Good question. I've been in Destiny for 20 years. We've done numerous protests and stands and rallies, and they're quite peaceful. We've never had any violent outbreak from our part. We got some security measures that we put in place just to safeguard people. But from our part, there'll be no violence. I can't really say for the rainbow community. I have heard that they're rallying up support across our city of Hastings. But from our part, Andrew, we don't do violence. That's I work with the Man Up program. I help people to not be violent anymore and stop the abuse. And so that's what we do. We do peaceful protests and peaceful stands.
Surely, though, by just being there, that's confrontational in itself.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's also about we're showing that we care by standing and being there. And that speaks volumes in itself. I'm thinking about Rosetta Parks and the boycott decision she did in the bus all those years ago. And, that triggered off a whole, I suppose, civil rights move.
Yeah, but some might say that allowing these drag queens and that to have the expression that is part of the sort of civil rights movement, rather than trying to stop it. What do you have to say to that?
Yeah, as mentioned before, there has to be, again, a line in the sand. I was having this discussion with someone else in the week from the rainbow community, and I said, if we let our morals decay and we drop our standards, anything can come through the door, and anything will be justified. If we don't stand now, how low do we go, and what's the next thing that's going to come through? Why isn't there gang members reading stories about the gang lifestyle in the library? I'm not saying we should have that, but how far does this go? Will it get further into all sorts of other diverse things? Because that's the banner that they're waving, the diverse community. That means so many things, but I think we need to come back to simple values, family values. Again, you can dress however you like, but when it comes to children and what we put in front of them, we must filter that and have a look at that and really question, what does that look like? And what are we showing the children?
You mentioned that that it's men dressing up as women. Actually, one of the drag queens in this show is a woman herself and a former
Yes.
Destiny Church member. What you
Yeah,
say
I
to
heard
that?
that.
Yeah.
I have to question that because I'm not sure. I've been in DC for 20 years, and I would question it. Maybe, hey, look, you know what? We're a big church, and people come and go. I'd have to question what she means by member. That person,
Yeah.
did they come for a month or visit on a Sunday? Because I've actually gone around and asked, who's this person? And we don't know who the person is. But in saying that, yeah, our doors always open. You know, even here in Hastings, I've got family members that are part of the rainbow community, and they're actually standing for us. I think one of their phrases were gays, not groomers, is what they were saying to me.
Okay.
And so that's their perspective,
Yeah.
not mine. That's theirs.
Okay, well, obviously these are your views, and obviously there are different views to this as well. But Michael Ngahuka, thank you so much for your time, and we'll speak again at some stage.
Thank you, Andrew.